We want to go down to California and a story that will challenge your thinking about exactly what constitutes a hate crime. It involves two middle school students, one gay, the other straight. In February 2008, the straight kid allegedly pulled out a gun in class and killed the gay student. It's not alleged, he did it. Everyone saw him. Now 17, he is on trial as an adult for murder. His life now in the balance. And reporter Vince Gonzalez reports on the crime and its consequences.
Students marched in Oxnard, California in memory of Lawrence Larry King. The 15-year-old student police say was gunned down by a classmate because he was openly gay. King's murder shocked the Southern California community.
It's inconceivable that anybody could be that angry at a kid that was that nice.
He's remembered as friendly and outgoing, but fellow students say he became the subject of taunts and bullying in school after speaking out about his sexual orientation and reportedly wearing makeup, lipstick, and jewelry to school.
You know, that was a very small part of Larry and just one facet of his life.
But the situation apparently escalated, and on February 12th, 14-year-old Brandon McInerney allegedly shot King in the head in the school's computer lab.
It was Larry? It was?
McInerney was arrested a few blocks away from campus a short time later.
It's over.
King was pronounced brain dead at a local hospital. His body was kept alive so his organs could be donated. At the school where McInerney allegedly shot King, some parents say it's time to teach more tolerance in California classrooms.
It's sad, but it's not just this district, it's every district. Something really has to be implemented.
For CNN, Vince Gonzalez in Los Angeles.
You know, at first it looked like a simple hate crime, but as students and teachers testified at the trial last week, a much more complicated picture has begun to emerge. We talked about this tragic case with clinical psychologist Jeff Gardier and reporter Zeke Barlow with the Ventura County Star.
The biggest thing that's come out so far is that the day before is when things sort of came to a head. I mean, other students had said that Larry would cast these sort of gazes and make of it what you will, but they'd cast these gazes at Brandon, and Brandon was obviously uncomfortable with it. And many students would say that Larry would push his sexuality on people who were uncomfortable with it. It was his way of giving back to the boys who were taunting them. He'd give a little back to them. But in the rumors flying around school the day before the shooting was that Larry said in a crowded classroom to Brandon, he said, "I love you, baby." There was another rumor that he asked him to be his Valentine. The shooting happened 2 days before Valentine's Day. And another another rumor that he was blowing kisses to Brandon as well.
It's very sad that we look at Larry's behavior and say that he was the one who's being antagonistic. Of course, I wasn't there, but I can only imagine that being gay, he described himself as gay, that he was probably harassed so many times, and this was his way of fighting back the best way he can. What we know about Brandon, who is the alleged killer, is that he came from a very difficult background. There was alcohol, there was domestic violence as he was growing up. So this was already a young man who was at risk. There are some rumors, and this may come out in court, that there may have been some sort of influence by white supremacy person or group in some of the things that this young man read. So he was a very angry young man. This should not have happened. More attention should have been given to him and what his psychological issues were.
Okay, do you know, Zeke, where he might have gotten a gun? And also we're hearing that he may have told other students that he was going to do this. If so, is that premeditated?
He got the gun from either his home or his grandfather's home. He'd said that the defense has said all along that Brandon did this, and he came from a home where drugs and violence and guns were commonplace. And a student testified earlier in the week that he had said to them, "I could shoot anybody anytime I want to because it's easy for me to get guns." And the day before, he told a different person, his friend, he told him that he was going to bring a gun to school the next day.
Brandon McInerney, who is now 17, could spend the rest of his life in prison if convicted.